Hello, I'm Dr. Sanjay Mahalingam. I'm a practicing life coach, a NLP practitioner, a mindfulness meditator, and generally considered an expert in the non-dualistic, Advaitic tradition of meditation. I am a part of DLC's Global Happiness Committee, and here I am part of the DLC talks. Today I'm here to talk to you about some of the fundamentals of a joyful yet powerful life. What is it to be happy? What is happiness and what does it take to be happy? These are some of the questions that have engaged the curiosity and the intellect of some of the finest philosophers and scholars and masters since time immemorial. From the sanguine sages of the Vedas and the Upanishads, to the Greek philosophers, the Socrates, the Platos, to the philosophers of the Renaissance, to modern day gurus. They all have tried to look at this fundamental question, what is happiness? Happiness in its most fundamental essence is actually to move from compulsiveness to consciousness, from one sea to another sea. A compulsive life is a reactive, powerless life. A conscious life is a life of conscious choice. The key word here is choice. It's a life of choice, a life of joy, a life of inner freedom. The freedom to be and the freedom to do. Happiness is to move from compulsiveness to consciousness, from one sea to another sea. A compulsive life is a reactive, powerless life shackled by innumerable limitations. A conscious life, on the other hand, is a life of joy, power, grace, and above all, inner freedom. The freedom to be and the freedom to do. This journey to freedom consciousness starts first by becoming aware and mindful of the ways in which compulsiveness shows up in our lives. The ways in which this psychosomatic apparatus, this mind-body complex, has been conditioned and programmed. Let us see how compulsiveness shows up. Compulsiveness shows up often as ways in which we are compelled to react, sometimes over and over again. It shows up as long-held beliefs, assumptions that limit our potential. It can show up as addictions that we struggle to shake off. It is basically all that we are, all that we have become, and all that we think we are, and how we have wound up. Everything, the whole of it, can become a cage of compulsions that comes in the way of a life of unhindered choice and limitless possibilities. Now imagine if all these compulsions were to dissolve into nothingness, and if you had the freedom to choose, the operative word here is choose, if you had the freedom to choose, how would you choose to be within yourself and how would you choose to create without? How would you choose to feel within yourself right now and how would you choose to show up in life? Well, the answer is straightforward. I would choose to feel a sense of joy, completeness, wholeness, perfection within myself and show up in life with clarity, one-pointed focus, power, and empathy. Is it possible? Is it really possible to look through and transcend these compulsions and limitations to live in this etheric world of limitless possibilities? I'm here to give you the good news. It is possible. It is absolutely possible. And it starts with realizing the immense, magnificent power of emptiness, nothingness. There is a pure, pristine, untouched, unconditioned dimension to our existence, which I choose to call emptiness. And when we are able to align ourselves with this emptiness, this nothingness, emptiness is the potentiality for limitless possibilities. Now take a moment, take a pause to realize this. When you are nothing, you are free to be anything. We all have heard of IQ, intelligence quotient, a person's capacity to think logically, rationally, and solve problems. And now then we had EQ, emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, a person's capacity to understand, explore, use, and manage emotions for their benefit rather than detriment. To make emotions your friend, not your enemy. In the last 10 years, we have heard of spiritual intelligence, a man's ability to add meaning, purpose, and vision to their lives, to hold dear beliefs and values, to dream, to strive. Now here I am to tell you the future. The future is PQ. Remember, you heard it from me first, presence quotient. It is the magnificent ability of a person to stay intimate and aligned with pure presence. So how do we develop PQ, presence quotient? How do we strengthen our ability to stay immersed in presence, to remain still and empty? I have 3 words for you. Possibly the 3 most powerful words ever spoken in the history of the human race. Who am I? Almost a counterintuitive question. Who am I? What kind of a question is that? I know the answer. I am Dr. Sanjay Mahalingam. I am Dr. Sanjay. That's who I am. Hold on. Investigate a bit. When I call myself Sanjay, what is that word Sanjay? It's a sound. It's just a sound with 2 syllables. It's a sound that I have agreed to respond to. I know where you are going with this. Okay, I am not my name, but who am I? I am this. Can you not see me standing in front of you? I am this guy standing in front of you. What I am essentially saying is I am this body. But please note, the body is in a state of constant flux. But something in me always remains changeless and constant. However the body changes, it grows, it declines, it ages, it transforms. Something about me, there is something about me that never changes, remains the same. So I come back to my question. Who am I? I am my thoughts. I am what I think. That's what the French philosopher Descartes said. I am what I think. Is that so? Thoughts are all the time changing. From moment to moment, we are thinking differently. Also, please consider, thoughts are something I perceive. What I perceive has to be essentially different from who I am really. Thoughts are something I experience, I see, I note, I perceive. So I can't be my thoughts. I am not my name. I am just not my body. I am not only my thoughts. I am not only my experiences, my emotions. I am not also just my beliefs, convictions, values. Who am I? Fundamentally, what is the reality of my existence? Isn't it strange? We as the human species have spent such enormous amount of resources. We have made such huge investments to explore what is there in the farthest corners of the universe. But we haven't paid enough attention to investigate the core of my own existence, of our own existence, of what lies at the heart of this piece of life. If this mystery is to be unraveled, the key to it is this profound, powerful question: who am I? So then, who am I? The way is attention. When we turn our attention inward, when we question the questioner, when we pay attention to the singular piece of consciousness, when we pay attention to this feeling of being conscious that exists in us all the time, all of us say, I am a man, I am good, I am bad. Our whole life hinges on this one hook, I am. If we turn attention inward, pay attention to this thought, feeling, or sensation that constantly arises inside of us, which claims, I am, I am, I am. When we pay attention, turn our attention inward to this feeling of I am, this feeling of being, something brilliant begins to happen. All of a sudden, we are face to face and intimate with a sublime silence that pervades the core of our existence. When we come face to face with this silence, and it is not as difficult as it sounds, it is really simple. We just have to know how to do it. When we can experience and realize the silence inside of ourselves, we become empty, we become available. And as I said in the beginning, when we are nothing, we have the power and the choice to be anything. When we are nothing, we have the power and the choice to be anything. Now that is a life of freedom. My life's work is to take this pioneering idea, the power of emptiness, and take it to the leaders and managers of the world so they can perform with enormous clarity, focus, power, and empathy, everything emerging from their own inner stillness and emptiness. It's also my constant endeavor to make more and more people aware that they truly hold limitless possibilities in their hearts, and to discover with them the secrets to unleash these possibilities. So that's all from me, guys. I hope you had exposure to some incisive ideas, a little bit of a transformation, some insight, and some realization. I thank DLC for this wonderful platform. Thank you, and have a nice day.